What is your favorite retro-themed game on a newer console?
Ooh. And I can only pick one, right?
I like it that I'm getting oohs because, like,
Yeah. No, yeah. The brain cells are
you know,
firing,
this
which
is
doesn't
good.
happen very often. So
Like, I have to think.
it's trying to percolate. Yeah. Actually, I want to go get it,
Okay, go get it.
and then
Yeah.
I can show it.
All right, so Joe's back and he's brought just one game to talk about.
Yeah, right. I can't talk about just one
Yeah.
thing.
All right, so what's your favorite retro themed game on a newer console?
Okay, so I've brought in four, but I'm gonna pick one of them.
Okay.
So, but I want to give all of these some screen time. So honorable mentions: Kaze and the Wild Masks for the. I mean, it's on Switch, PS4, Xbox. I got it for Xbox. I wanted to be different.
Yep.
That's about it.
Yep.
Basically, this is like Donkey Kong Country, like very similar. So you're going left to right. You can get different. In this, it's masks instead of animals,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to spell kaze. And then
Okay,
there's like
yeah.
things for you to collect. It's literally Donkey Kong Country, really good.
Okay.
Highly recommend
Cool.
you try it on the Switch.
Yeah, cool.
So there's that one. There's Axiom Verge on the Switch. This one, you just played it recently. You really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So honorable mention for me. And then the other one, Shovel Knight. I mean, this is what kickstarted the whole indie scene, in my opinion. So this was like the first one that went digital and got like a retail release everywhere. It was released on everything, even the Wii U, which got like no games. So,
exactly.
And I got it for the Wii U because I wanted something to play on the Wii U. So great game there. But I'm going to have to go with The Messenger. And I'll say this game, it's a really great game. It's basically a Ninja Gaiden clone, but there's different skills you get, and it basically introduced like a new mechanic, I call it like the air dash or jump. So basically, if you're in the air and you hit something, you get another jump. So you can literally chain together like and go anywhere. And there's even bosses you have to fight where there's literally like there's things in the room that you can hit, and you're literally like hitting, jumping. You basically got to like tread the air and wait for the boss to come. So you literally have to do like a whole fight without touching the ground.
Cool.
And it's totally doable too, the way they ease you into it.
Yeah.
So I would have to go with this game. One thing I'm not a huge fan of is the game is basically like you go left to right. So it's levels with boss fights at the end. They could have ended the game there and it would still be my favorite game of all time. About halfway through, it kind of turns into like a Metroidvania and it's like a whole second game. And I feel like that's not as well done.
Okay.
But the first part is so good that it doesn't really.
I've heard about that second part that happens.
It's still really cool, but I think if they just did more regular levels, it would have been a lot better. So that is my pick for best retro
That's awesome.
indie game.
That's an awesome pick, and I haven't played that game yet. It's on my list of games to play. Probably just gonna have to download that.
Download it because it's ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. So you know what's interesting? I had 2 of your games.
Okay.
So I have Shovel Knight. Because Shovel Knight is just, I mean, God, you know,
it's so good.
It's so good. It's just like it's fantastic, and it's got charm.
Yep.
It's hard. It's
music.
The music.
Yeah.
And like, you know, putting like the different gameplay of like, you know, DuckTales and like Mega Man and like Castlevania, like it's just everything, you know, it's all there. But sorry.
I brought that one because that's the one I've played. So I think we both have the one for the Switch, the Treasure Trove one with all the extra stuff. I haven't played any of that. So
I'll play that one day.
Like I need to play that. So it's basically like more Shovel Knight.
Totally.
So.
I will say like an honorable mention for me is Adventures of Pip on the Wii U.
Oh yeah, I've heard you talk about that.
And it is so good. And I don't know, if they released that game in like physical on the Switch. I don't know if it's available.
Is it even gettable now because the Wii U's shut down? So
oh yeah, you wouldn't be able to. So eventually that game, I don't even know, maybe it's available, but it's called Adventures of Pip. And I played that on the Wii U, and it is fantastic. You basically play as like 3 different versions of a pixel. So it's like an adventure, you know, like side-scrolling kind of game. You either play as like a pixel, like a square.
Okay, yeah.
Or as a 16 or as an 8-bit character or a 16-bit character.
Okay.
And your abilities change depending on where you are. And you kind of go through these like portals within the game, and you'll switch. And sometimes you have to be the small pixel. Sometimes you got to be the middle. Sometimes you have to be the end.
Okay.
And it's a great retro themed game that I don't think it's enough love. Yeah, Adventures of Pip. I played it many years ago on the Wii U, and I absolutely loved it. But that's still an honorable mention. I'm gonna go with Axiom Verge, and
Okay, yeah,
I literally just completed it last week.
it's so good.
But oh my god, it was so good. And I mean, I'm brand new to the Switch, and I just played it for the first time, and man, it was like Super Metroid 2.
And we
You
were
know,
talking about how like one guy made that by himself. Like,
one guy.
how does that happen?
Like I know everyone mentions that, but it's yeah, it's so true. And it was like a good amount of hard. It wasn't crazy hard, but it was really
But you
really well
died like
done.
50 times though. I
Yeah,
only died 11.
I know, and I
times.
was gonna get to that. I'm gonna compare our stats. So I died way more than Joe. I think 55 to 12. I think yours said. I can
11.
so 11. Okay.
Yeah. Come on.
Although it took you longer to
It
complete
did.
4% more of the map.
Yeah.
So I mean, anyway, we're not here comparing who's the better gamer, but anyway, for that one, Joe kind of wins. But Axiom Verge, man, it was like I don't know, I loved it. I loved everything about it. Um, yeah,
Sweet.
so that's kind
Great
of my
pick.
that's my
Go
choice.
play Axiom Verge
Yeah, totally.
and the Messenger.
Yeah, and the messenger. I gotta play the messenger.
Um,
Keep thinking, and I'll just cut this out. Don't worry about that.
yeah. Actually, I want to go get it, and
Okay, go get it.
and then
Yeah.
I can show it, and then you can just say I went and got it.
Yeah. So Joe is going to get the game right now as we speak.
Okay, I got some stuff. I got honorable mentions.
Okay.